Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott has no excuse next season when it comes to protection. See, the best of the best list is a fun way to pass the time during the lull of the NFL offseason, and ESPN has taken upon themselves to put together such a list. Recently, a panel of more than 50 league executives, coaches, scouts, and players determined the top 10 at 11 different positions. While the results could be somewhat biased, it is still interesting to find out which players rank where at their given positions. We begin with ESPN's top 10 rankings for the top interior offensive line, and the positions have been posted. As you probably already expect, Dallas Cowboys future Hall of Famer and current right guard Zach Martin not only made the top 10 list, but landed just shy of the top spot at number 2. This only confirms what we already know about number 70. He is, without a doubt, one of the best at his position, if not the best in the entire NFL. Zach Martin, who is 31 years old, had one of his better seasons, registering a 93.9 Pro Football Focus rating, committing 2 penalties and allowing just 3 sacks in over 1,000 snaps. His pass block win rate was 94% and run block win rate was 72%. They were both in the top 10 among guards. Nelson might be the golden child at the guard position, but Martin is the gold standard for the Dallas Cowboys for Dak Prescott when he's throwing and Ezekiel Elliott when he runs the ball downfield. And let's not forget about Tony Pollard, the man who would move the chains more times than ever last season for the Dallas Cowboys. He is a pro smarter than you know what. An NFC offensive coach said you never have to worry about him on a one-on-one in the run or pass game. Doesn't miss assignments, knows his body, trains, understands when to push and when to back off. He's the quintessential guard, and he is quintessentially durable. Martin has missed 9 games in 8 NFL seasons and has had a pass block win rate under 94% only once since 2017. According to the outcome of the rankings, only Quentin Nelson of the Indianapolis Colts is a better interior offensive lineman than Zach Martin. But it's also really interesting to see that the Cowboys have 7-time Pro Bowler also received votes as the top interior offensive lineman, as did Brandon Scherff, now of the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is where a little of bias could come into play, but nonetheless, all 3 are extremely talented players who are neck and neck with one another as being the best at their position. It's difficult to argue with the results no matter how they turn out. One thing is for sure, the Dallas Cowboys are extremely fortunate to have Zach Martin on their team. The perennial Pro Bowler is that glue that holds the Cowboys' offensive line together and has done so ever since joining the organization back in 2014. The 31-year-old still has a lot of good football ahead of him and should remain a key fixture on Dallas's offensive line for several more years. Maybe by this time next year, he can slide into that number 1 spot in the top 10 interior offensive line rankings.